in my paper. They call me big dog riding with the hillbillies. Cubone staying with the lift. Really became a boss many years back when I'm gone.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, it's a
all right. I will start with the ball
between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll start with the option. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game. And I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible. But we watched it happen.
What? He dropped that?
He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Wow.
Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Jacoby, you gotta catch that one. Brother Myers, you gotta catch that one.
Throwing on third down, Fields. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. On is the punter, Townsend, as he gets this one away. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Vikings will take over here, first and 10.
Not the start that we wanted at all. 3 and out. Ooh.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
What a
credit with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Good job.
Dominique Robinson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to run with that. They were on him.
On the move past the 40. Yeah, he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16. But they get the conversion anyway. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. The Vikings sit 5-3 now on the year. And they come in playing some pretty decent football, 5-3 over their last 8.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now Brady on the bootleg. This is intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is,
he's playing 2 safeties in the box.
When you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one, that may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
Number 33 is safety.
On the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Play action. It's Fields rolling to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle.
That's
He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
I don't know if
Picked
that's
off by
that.
Harrison Smith. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. Your right-handed rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember Coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
And the result here, a pickup of 8.
That's okay.
Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
From the 30 on second down, Brady. And he's got the hook up to Moore. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Brady's throw there complete.
Come on, Bear.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Charles, when you talk about free safety, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there. Now Brady. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Sensational he was last week, over 200 yards. And the simple quote that we saw this week was, keep him in front of us. They're going to have to do that.
And when they say that, it means tackling him after the catch. Because once he makes the catch, you may catch it in front. But if you don't tackle him, he's behind you at that point, and that's how he racks up the big yardage.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up second down. And that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. First and goal from just inside the 5. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Lewis. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
Yeah.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding the receivers are positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance. He's up in his...
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. After 1, 7-0.
We can stop turning the ball over so much. We might be able to do something. The Falcons is about as shitty as the first quarter. If we can take that. So, like I said, if we can decide not to turn the ball over here.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Here's Cook again. Well, this will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere.
Goodness gracious, man. Why would he throw it so far away?
Picked off by Harrison.
Damn.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for them. That's now 3 interceptions.
That was a horrible throw. Look at how far away he threw it.
This off and right the ship. That's him.
I agree because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half #2.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defense.
He's
got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Be nice if we can get some points here. Be really nice. You feel me?
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers
I am pressing the wrong button.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
I just pressed the wrong button again.
Take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That's all.
Wow, this one is getting out of hand early. They add a pick-6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick-6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Man.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
My offensive line versus not guarding it is like weird.
They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Now Fields.
And then he drops it.
Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Based on what we've seen so far,
if I'm making the right read, they're not holding on to the ball.
Rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
To about the 26 here.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On 2nd and 10, Fields.
And my goodness, interception. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
Hasn't really done anything. I've just been pressing along buttons and playing like shit.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
If I can actually press the right button.
Home there for an 8-yard loss. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
Damn fine over.
Brady now to throw. Throw left side, taken in
Hell of a
by
route,
Jefferson. And they're going to get this down
All
to
right.
the 35-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
We can somehow get a stop here.
Brady to throw for it on fourth down.
What?
He hits He's going to pick up the Vikings first down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14. Now Brady. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down there in the end zone, but could not hang on. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Here's Brady to throw. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and he will be brought down.
All right,
on what
still
will
the
be
3 possessions
play of
on
this
there. They get
first
ball
half.
first.
So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
I'm just playing like shit. I'm pressing the wrong buttons.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Kenny Nwagu now out of his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Now they'll run the jet sweep with Atwell. He'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle couldn't bust him free. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop. Hands it off out of the gun. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the gun, it's Brady. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Throwing now is Brady. That pass complete to Moore. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 42 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. To throw, it's Brady. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. He's already proven to be a factor
factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. And now it's 3rd down and inches.
Well, that's one stuff. We'll see if this defense has another in their back pocket.
I just wonder on the other side of the ball, do you just challenge the big guys up front? This is short yardage situation. We ought to be able to pick this up. Or do you say to yourself, they are awfully tough. I've got to throw it on this down.
Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men.
And
it's
Jackson,
caught in the end
Donovan
zone
just keeps
for the
running.
Viking touchdown.
Why is Donovan on it and he's stopping?
A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Vikings have opened the lead up to 30.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings moving away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
But partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is...
He's got a man complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Fields on 1st down.
Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Got that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Throws right side, and that's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
To the air again, Fields.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to work incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
That ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher,
touchdown Bears! Jacoby Myers, a 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Bears are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field, the extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Now,
Can you hold on to the ball? Like, please.
Tough there, good
If
pass.
you got 2 hands on that dude, hold on.
Every receiver's
All right,
coach
let's see.
everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Nuwanger now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. Now they'll throw with Brady. Steps away to his left. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. There goes a deep ball, end zone. That's caught in the end zone. Touchdown.
Oh, man. That's so
Coaches
loud.
come into a game preaching total team effort. I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of.
That's
It was
for
pretty
you.
apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try to put points on the board.
My damn breakout. I forgot that was...
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the 4th quarter. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Back to throw, Fields. Incomplete, right side to Cook. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling has been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now he'll throw deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted a picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
When it ain't your game, it ain't your game, big dog.
They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. 3rd down. Here's a run by Cook. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Forced out to his left. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. Fields now to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. John Mooney, 41 yards. And the Bears get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth-quarter deficit. Extra point by Gay is up and good.
Hard to see him under the little bit. Too late this game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Nuwanger now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles.
I had one of them games
I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for him to continue to have some fun.
It definitely got ugly for me, but he played a good game. I'm not taking nothing away from that. Like, that's a great run. I'm not taking nothing away from him. But I didn't help myself because I thrown 5 interceptions. And like 2 out of the 3, like 3 out of the 5 was just like wrong, dead impressive. But no, he played a hell of a game. Like, I like his game. He's a good user. So next time we meet up, hopefully it's a little bit different. I'm trying to switch up my goal real quick and see if I can get Darnell Mooney to superstar.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they were ultra confident coming in, that's for sure. They had won 7 straight, but number 8 not looking to be in the cards right now. And now here's another interception.
I thought I could lob that over to line down.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game.
See how far away I am. Oh, where is he at? Alright. If I can get one more bomb, that might work. That might work.
They want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 168 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 22-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Call your play.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Second and goal from inside the 5. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Ball rests on the 7-yard line, third and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's fourth down.
They made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now the try here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Let's see if we can.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone.
All right.
So we will start here at the 25.
Let's do this one. I gotta find to get out there.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it.
Another interception.
Damn it, that was my trait right there. I just wanted my trait, and I could not get it. I just want my trait fuzzy.
In this game, like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Past the 20. 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Minnesota. 89 yards on the ground. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense.
Man. Man, I needed this. Damn it. Nigga. I started this game off so shitty. I finished shitty. Nigga, I have never thrown 7 interceptions in a game before in my life. I started trying to get this nigga his shit. I mean, I just didn't do it. Maybe next time. He played a solid game. Can't take that away from my nigga. I played an absolutely shitty game, and I didn't get what I came here for. Fuck. Fuzzy, fuzzy, fuzzy.